what happened. So we fixed up
It was
why
gonna be
they
tight
did
fit
it
today.
early. And this was for December, even though it was only 2 days ago. That was for the other.
Yeah.
So that was my guess. And he said that they.
Walker right here.
It should be in good shape now in January.
Welcome.
Who's the one in the red dress?
Hi. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Good. Hope you get used to our show. You have to get used to going to all these shows and parties.
Well, actually, that's true. This is the first one I've been to.
I noticed.
Did you?
Uh-huh.
Well, thank you for noticing that. I know.
There are some cookies over there if you would like.
I just finished my dinner, but maybe if there's some after, I know where they are now.
Believe it or not, I had a fried mashed potatoes, vegetables. I brought cookies back for
Is anyone that I know?
Spots up front there.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Carol.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, she brought
There's a whole section.
Going right over here. Thank you.
Giselle, you better beat it. I'm gonna make a section. There's all that section in here.
He's trying to help her.
All right, Jane, we're gonna dance.
Agnes, there's some spots, if you come right around here, there's right in there. It's a little bit tighter because she has to keep everybody this way. Although I can move some chairs into here. Oh, where's Rudy going?
I can switch through. Yeah, I'll switch.
That's always something right over here.
She wants me to fill out this side. Better there.
I think this is the most grand.
Yeah, I'm glad it filled in.
I'll sit here. He's why, I'm okay.
Lou, did you get a cookie? You want a
I'm
cookie?
doing it, thank you.
Did a nice job with the stage.
I have to fill in, be Doug today.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And Karen, do you ever go home?
Yes, I do. Just next 2 weeks, not so much, but that's okay.
evening.
Evening.
Welcome to our holiday show. Can you hear me back there? No? How about now? How about now? I'll bet it works now. Art? What about now? Kenny? Gonna need some. How about now? Hey, hey, hey! I can't get no power count.
Oh my God.
How about this one? Hey, hey, hey! Your performer tonight is Barbara Weikamp. Barbara has pursued an extensive and wide-ranging career in entertainment. Born and raised in Cleveland, that's in Ohio, she has performed at the Burt Reynolds Dinner Theater, Theater by the Sea, and Walt Disney World's Hoop-Dee-Doo Review. She spent 6 years performing on cruise ships venturing through the 7 seas. Since moving to Pennsylvania with her husband, Nick Dunn, Barbara continues to create, produce, and perform various one-woman shows throughout the Delaware Valley area. Now, please silence your cell phones and welcome Barbara Weikamp and Ed Sullivan's Holiday Celebrity Shoe.
Haul out the holly, put up the tree before my spirits fall again. Fill up the stockings, I may be rushing things, but deck the halls again now. For we need a little Christmas right this very minute. Candles in the window, carols at the spinet. We need a little Christmas right this very minute. Hasn't snowed a single flurry, but Santa dear, we're in a hurry, so climb down the chimney, put up the brightest stream of lights I've ever seen. Slice up the fruitcake. It's time we hung some tinsel on that evergreen ball. For I've grown a little leaner, grown a little colder, grown a little sadder, grown a little older, and I need a little snappy, happy ever after, need a little Christmas now. Happy holidays, everyone! Happy holidays! Yes! And what we really need now is a little Ed Sullivan. Oh, cheers, Ed. Holidays.
Come on, holidays, Roz. And I understand we need to make a toast to you, Roz. I understand you're now on Broadway.
Yes, I am, Ed. I'm playing Auntie Mame at the Broadhurst Theater. Please come. It's a great show. Please.
Here's to you, Rosalind Russell, ladies and gentlemen.
Happy holidays, everyone. Cheers.
Good evening. You know, folks, about 2 months ago, I turned 124 years old. So at this time of night, I get kind of tired. You might say I get dead tired. So I've asked my friend Nick to help me co-host the show tonight. Say, Nick, will Elvis Presley really be our first guest? Before we get started, I really have to say, it is so nice to perform for an audience who actually knew who Ed Sullivan was. And Elvis Presley will be our first guest this evening.
Oh, God.
Now, Ed really didn't like Elvis very much. The first 1956 Waist Up show, he wasn't even there. But as he got to know Elvis, they became very good friends. Tonight, Elvis is going to sing his favorite Christmas song, Blue Christmas. Now, Elvis took about 6 years off from performing live and making albums. He spent from 62 to 68 in Hawaii and California making movies. But in 1968, he decided to put out a Christmas album. Now, he didn't want to make it all Christmas songs. Colonel Parker, his manager, wanted everything Christmas. Elvis said, no, I'm going to do some Christmas songs. I'm going to do my favorites, Blue Christmas and White Christmas. When he did White Christmas, Irving Berlin went berserk. He hated Elvis's version. He said, this is a profane parody of my Christmas classic. Went to his office in New York City, got his employees, all of them, to call every radio station they could get a hold of in the country and beg them, and then threatened them to not play Elvis's version of White Christmas. You know what happens when you threaten somebody? They played the crap out of that song. In Canada, by the way, the whole album was kind of banned. Now, Elvis, when he decided to make this record, he knew it was going to make Berlin kind of angry. But he said, hey, you'll get over it when the royalties start rolling in. And now, for all you youngsters out there, here's Elvis Presley.
Christmas, love you. I'll be so blue, just like nobody. Decorations are red on that green Christmas tree. Won't be the same, dear, if you're not here with me. And when those snowflakes start falling, that's when those blue memories start calling. You'll be doing alright with Christmas away. No, have a blue, 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 blue Christmas. Have a blue, 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 blue Christmas. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Elvis Presley, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, Elvis. Next, Brenda Mae Tarpley. Little Miss Dynamite. Anybody? Brenda Lee. Now, Brenda Lee was born outside of Atlanta, Georgia. When she was just 3 years old, her mother took her to the local grocery store, put her up on the counter, put a little bucket next to her, and she would sing for coins or candy. And then when she was 6, maybe 7 years old, her father started taking her to singing contests all over the South, which she invariably won. But then when she was 10 years old, her dad died. So no more singing contests. Her mom had a full-time job in a cotton factory and couldn't take her anywhere. But when she was 10 years old, almost 11, her mother saw an ad in the Atlanta Journal for an audition for a new ABC TV show called the Ozark Jubilee. Said, you know, it's on the weekend, I'm going to take Brenda up there to audition. They auditioned her and signed her up in a half an hour to be the youngest member of the Ozark Jubilee at 11 years old. At 12 years old, Decca Records came around and offered her a contract. Now the song you're going to hear tonight, Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree, she released first in 1958, went nowhere. And she released it again in 1959, again it went nowhere. But by 1960, she was a pretty big star, and it went right straight to the top. By the end of the 60s, Brenda Lee was the top earning female artist and only the 4th down the list behind Elvis, the Beatles, and Ray Charles. Ladies and gentlemen, 4'9", 3 feet of hair, and 8 feet of voice, Brenda Mae Tarpley.
Rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop. Mistletoe hung where you can see every couple tries to stop. Rocking around the Christmas tree, let the Christmas spirit ring. Later we'll have some pumpkin pie and we'll do some caroling. You will get a sentimental feeling when you hear voices singing, let's be jolly, deck the halls and boughs of holly, rocking around the Christmas tree, have a happy holiday. Everyone dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned way. Mr. Sullivan, may I have a dance? You will get a sentimental feeling when you hear voices singing, let's be jolly, deck the halls and boughs of holly, rocking around the Christmas tree, have a happy holiday. Everyone dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned way.
Brenda Lee, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to slow it down a little bit now with Karen Carpenter. Who better to sing a Christmas song than Karen Carpenter? The song she's going to sing tonight, Merry Christmas, Darling, was written in 1946 by a guy named Frank Pooler. Went nowhere. He wrote a tune for it, hated it, released it, died on the vine. Fast forward 20 years. Frank Pooler is now the head of the music department at Cal State Long Beach. And two of his best students are Karen and Richard Carpenter. Now, Richard tells Frank that he wants to release a Christmas album, but he doesn't want the same stuff. Karen doesn't want to sing the same Christmas carols everybody else is singing. Some of them. So Frank says, hey, I wrote this song 20 years ago, never released it, couldn't stand the tune I put to it, but Richard, you're a great writer. Why don't you sit down and see if you can write a tune to this? He wrote it in an hour. Now, the Carpenters, we think of as a huge group. But in the late 60s, their career was kind of fading. In his autobiography, Richard Carpenter said, when we got the call from Ed Sullivan, it put our career right back on track. And when they first started out, Richard had a trio, went nowhere. So he decided to bring his sister out front to be the singer. One of the guys in the trio said, you know, that was the smartest thing you ever did, Richard. Because when Karen sings, it's like having your own little angel sitting on your shoulder, singing in your ear. Ladies and gentlemen, the angel of the 70s, Miss Karen Carpenter.
Christmas cards have all been sent. Christmas rush is through. But I still have one wish to make. A special one for you. Merry Christmas, darling. We're apart, that's true. I can dream, and in my dreams, I'm Christmasing with you. Holidays are joyful. There's always something new. Every day a holiday when I'm near to you. The lights on my tree, I wish you could see. I wish it every day. Logs on the fire fill me with desire to see you and to say that I wish you Merry Christmas, Happy New Year too. There's just one wish on this Christmas Eve. I wish I were with you. I wish I were with you.
You didn't know I was a pugilist, did you? I started my career as a professional boxer. Our next song, Light One Candle, is a song about stamping out prejudice and stamping out bullies. And I'm here to help Mary Travers, who sings this song, to stamp out those bullies. The Light One Candle is my wife Sylvia's favorite Hanukkah song. She's Jewish, you know. Light One Candle was written by Peter Yarrow in 1982. And he wrote it kind of like an ode to the Lebanese War of '82. His whole thing, he was a pacifist, and his whole thing was, you know, we got warmongers everywhere. But when do the peacemakers get a shot at the table? I thought to myself, boy, you could say that today. When do the peacemakers get a shot at the table? Now, from Peter, Paul, and Mary Travers, and Light One Candle.
One candle for the strength that we need to never become our own foe. And light one candle for those who are suffering pain we learned so long ago. Light one candle for all we believe in. Let anger not tear us apart. Light one candle to bind us together with peace as a song in our hearts. Don't let the light go out. It's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out. Let it shine through our love and our tears. Don't let the light go out. It's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out. Let it shine through our love and our tears. Don't let the light go out. Don't let the light go out. Don't let the light go out.
Thank you, Mary. Next, the singing cowboy, Gene Autry. I can't tell you how many hours I spent at the County Theater in Doylestown on Saturday afternoon watching Gene Autry movies. Now, we knew Gene for all kinds of stuff. The guy wrote between 200 and 300 songs. And he was one of these guys that didn't like to record a song that he didn't write. He was a big supporter of the Pasadena Rose Bowl Parade. Every year, he would ride his horse Champion down the road right behind the Grand Marshal Cadillac convertible. When he came down the street, he would hear all the kids hollering, "Here comes Gene, here comes Gene." Then one year, they asked him to be the Grand Marshal. No horse, he's in the Cadillac, and behind him is Santa Claus. So he's coming down the street, and all he hears is not "Here comes Gene," but "Here comes Santa Claus." 1 hour later, he wrote, "Here comes Santa Claus." Now, one song that he didn't sing, or didn't write, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, but he did record it. Now, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer was written in 1939 by a guy named Rob May. Now, Rob May worked for the Montgomery Ward department store in Chicago. And he wrote this as a poem to cheer up his Down syndrome daughter at Christmas time. She couldn't play any reindeer games. She couldn't play any games at all. Nobody asked her. So he wrote this to cheer her up. When Montgomery Ward himself heard that poem, he asked Rob May to recite it at the company Christmas party, which he did. After the party, he bought the rights to that poem, put it in a little pamphlet, and from 1940 to 1946, he gave away 6.5 million of those with everybody that bought a Christmas gift. Then, in 1948, a guy comes along And it's Rob May's brother-in-law, Johnny Marks. He's a songwriter. So he puts this thing in a song. They release it. It goes absolutely nowhere. They spend the next 4 years looking for somebody to sing this. Finally, they come on Gene Autry in 1955. Gene says, yes, I'll do it after he hears the story of the poem. He releases it. It goes to #1. The money starts flowing in. And here's the good part. Montgomery Ward calls Rob May in, and he said, Rob, the money's coming. I own the rights to this, but I'm going to sell them back to you for $1 so that you can make all the money from the poem that you wrote. When do you hear that in business anymore? When have you ever heard that in the music business? Here he is, that singing cowboy, Mr. Gene Autry.
Now you know Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen. But do you recall the most famous reindeer of all? Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer. He had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. All of the other reindeer, they used to laugh and call him names. He never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then all the reindeer loved him as they shouted out with glee, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history. Now, sit back in your saddles and sing along with me. Come on out, Ed. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtails ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Come on, everybody. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. In a one-horse open sleigh.
Oh, thank you so much, Gene. Hey, Gene, where will you be going now?
Well, I'll be back in the saddle again.
Yeah, Gene Autry, ladies and gentlemen.
Happy holidays, everyone.
Right there. We're now going to start a 3-song set called Change is Good, because all 3 of these next folks changed their names, probably for the good. First, Frances Ethel Gum. Anybody? Yeah, Judy Garland. I would have changed it too. Now, Judy Garland was one of Ed's favorites, but he only had her on the show twice. Once in New York, and once in London at the Palladium. She had a contract there, and she couldn't get out of it, so Ed took the entire show over to London, just so he could get Judy Garland into the show. Now, the song she's going to sing tonight is from Meet Me in St. Louis. and it's a cheer-up song. It's from oldest daughter Esther to youngest daughter Judy, and it's supposed to cheer them up because father has just been transferred from their beloved St. Louis to New York City. Remember, cheer-up song. This is the first run-through of that song. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. It may be your last. Next year, we may all be living in the past. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Pop that champagne cork. Next year, we may all be living in New York. Judy hated it. Vince Minnelli, the director, hated it. And Hugh Martin, the guy that wrote it, he wasn't all that crazy about it either. So he sat down and he wrote the version that she will be singing tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Frances Ethel Gump. Thank you, Judy. Next, Harry Lillis Crosby. That's right, Bing Crosby. Now, in my family, my grandmother had the only television set. So every Sunday night at 8 o'clock, my father insisted that we be up there to watch the Ed Sullivan show. And his favorite was Bing Crosby. I asked him one time, Dad, how did he get that name from Harry Lillis Crosby to Bing? He had no idea. Here's how he got the name. Bing grew up in Spokane, Washington. At the age of about 11, 12 years old, he loved reading the paper, the Bingville Bugle. His words, not mine. Next door was a bratty little girl who liked to come over and read the paper with him. And she coined the name for him, Bingo from Bingville. Fast forward 10 years. He's going down to LA to get into the music business. And he says, you know, I think I'll keep that name. No, not the O, not the Bingo, and not the Bingville. But that's how Bing Crosby got his name. Now, Bing Crosby did a lot of stuff. Guy owned a golf course, he owned part of the Pittsburgh Pirates, loads of different things, but we know him mostly for the music. In 1946, people said that Bing Crosby was responsible for about 40% of the music played on the radio. One guy. He's the only person in the United States to sell 1 billion records. He sold 100 million copies of White Christmas alone, and it's still selling all the time. He loved that song so much. He told Irving Berlin, who wrote it, he said, you know, this is such a perfect song that a crow with laryngitis could sing this song and sell 1 million copies. Ladies and gentlemen, Bing Crosby.
Just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. Of a white Christmas, with every Christmas card I write, may your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white. Now sing along, please join me. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and to hear sleigh bells in the snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white.
Bing Crosby, ladies and gentlemen. Say, Bing, will you and Bob be entertaining the troops this year?
Yes, we will, Ed. And Ann Margaret will be joining us this year.
Oh, Ann Margaret. Oh, I like Ann Margaret, yeah.
She's a fine performer, and we're glad to have her.
She sure is. Bing Crosby, ladies and gentlemen.
Happy holidays, everyone.
Thank you, Bing. I'm kind of like that crow with laryngitis. She almost let me sing that song. Almost. And finally, Conchetta Rosemarie Francanero. Anybody? Connie Francis. Now, Connie Francis had kind of the same kind of upbringing as Brenda Lee. She was born outside of Atlanta, Georgia, in the South, and her father took her around to singing contests. and she invariably won. But she didn't join the Ozark Jubilee, no. She got her start on, this is really weird, on the Arthur Godfrey Talent Scouts. Remember Arthur? Sat over there in that big desk. Great big desk with a little tiny chair right next to it. And you'd sing your song or play your instrument and come over, sit in that chair, and he'd give you a critique. Well, Connie went on when she was 12. But she was different than every other singer that he had ever had on, because she was lugging a 40-pound accordion. Her father was an accordion teacher, and he insisted that she play the accordion on all of her recordings. So she goes over and she sits down. Arthur says, "Young lady, you have a beautiful voice. You were going to be a star. But we got to get rid of that accordion." She'd been looking to get rid of that accordion for years, but now all she had to do is say to her father, "Hey, Arthur told me to get rid of the accordion, so that's what I'm going to do." The next thing he said was, "Conchetta Rosemarie Francanero is never going to fit on a 45 record. So you're now Connie Francis." Now remember, I told you that Bing Crosby was the only one in the United States to sell 1 billion records, but Connie Francis outsold him, because Connie Francis sold her records all over the world. She recorded in 15 different languages. She was fluent in 5. She sold billions of records. Like the Carpenters, she had a fade in her career also. In the late 60s, she wasn't getting the sales, she wasn't getting the recording contracts, so she decided to be a doctor. She was going to get out of the music business. She enrolled in NYU Med School, and 1 week before classes were to start, she got a magic phone call. Now, it wasn't from Ed. It was from Dick Clark. And of course, the rest is Connie Francis history. Ladies and gentlemen, Conchetta Rosemarie Francanero.
Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening, a beautiful sight. We're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. Gone away is the bluebird, here to stay is the new bird. She sings a love song as we go along, walking in a winter wonderland. In the meadow we can build a snowman, then pretend that he is Parson Brown. He'll say, "Are you married?" We'll say, "No, man," but you can do the job when you're in town. Later on, we'll conspire as we dream by the fire to face unafraid the plans that we made, walking in a winter wonderland, walking in a winter wonderland, walking in a winter wonderland.
Connie Francis. Before we end tonight's show, I have some thank yous. First of all, I'd like to thank Karen. Thank you, Karen, for having us. Give Karen a big round of applause. Thank you, Karen. I usually at this time thank my piano player, Bill Godshaw. You all know Bill, but he's a little under the weather and he couldn't make it tonight, but I'm thanking him anyway. I always thank my mom in these shows, because my mom made Christmas really cool. And finally, I'd like to thank you, the audience. You know, I know you go to shows and the MC or the piano player or the singer say you've been a great audience, give yourselves a hand. I never thought that was enough, so I wrote you a thank you poem. Thank you so much for coming today, but it seems as though some of you forgot to pay. All kidding aside, we hope you had fun, and a happy holiday to everyone. And finally, before we say anything else, how about a big hand for Ed Sullivan? Hallelujah, talk about Ed Sullivan. Hold it down Saturday, Sunday night. Ed Sullivan. And finally, good night, Mrs. Cowback, wherever you are. Finally, Miss Julie Andrews. Now, who better to sing a Christmas carol than Julie Andrews? When she first went on Ed Sullivan, she was only 20 years old. She was starring in My Fair Lady at the theater right next door, so Ed had her just walk on over. Now, Ed used to say that he thought it was really important that people got a taste of Broadway. He thought everybody should be able to come to New York and go to a Broadway show, but he knew darn right well they didn't have the money. Everybody didn't have the money to come to New York, and once you got there, they didn't have the money for this show. So he thought it was his responsibility to have at least one Broadway star every week. Some weeks, he had more than one. He had the whole thing was Broadway stars. The song that Julie will be singing tonight is the quintessential holiday song, Silent Night. Julie Andrews.
Join me, sing along. Good evening, folks. Sonny Bono here. You know, Cher and I, we got started right here in your area. We were backup singers for Phil Spector's Wall of Sound in Philadelphia. And then Cher and I decided to go out on our own. We did fantastic. We sold 40 million records. We had 2 TV shows,
nominated for 13 Emmys. We were doing great. We were on top of the world. And then she divorced me. Now Cher went out and had a great career. She even won an Oscar. Her singing career took off. I decided to try comedy. My show lasted 1 year. So I decided to change course completely and go into politics. I ran for mayor of Palm Springs, where I lived, and I won. And then I thought, hey, why don't I run for the House of Representatives? And I won again. I thought, heck, I could take my comedy career to Washington, D.C., and they'd never know the difference. Then I'm in Squaw Valley, California, and I'm skiing down a big hill. I was a good skier. And a big tree jumped right out in front of me and killed me. But I'm back. And tonight, Cher and I are going to take you all on a sleigh ride. Cher?
Just hear those sleigh bells ringing, ching, ching, jingling, ching. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Outside the snow is pouring, and friends are calling you out. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. He's on there, Sonny Bono. Woo! Go for that sleigh ride. Woo!
Watch out for that tree, Cher!
Oh, Sonny, you are too much. Our cheeks are nice and rosy and comfy, aren't we? We're starting up together like two birds of a feather would be. Let's take that road before us and sing a chorus or two. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. All right now, ladies and gentlemen, you know the words. Sing along. Not you singing. Oh. Just hear those sleigh bells ringing, ching, 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 ching. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Our cheeks are nice and rosy and comfy, cozy, aren't we? We're snuggled up together like the birds of a feather would be. All right now, Sonny, we're gonna go for a really big holiday sleigh ride. Woo! Get on there. Happy holidays, everyone.
Happy holidays!
Our master of ceremonies, Nick Dunn.
And a big hand for Barbara Weikamp and her Ed Sullivan holiday delivery shoes. And now, ladies and gentlemen, if you'll excuse me, while I'm still alive, I'm gonna take Cher on a real sleigh ride. Good night, everybody.
Too much. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays!
Right? Fun.
To the bar. To the bar.
Is that on?
And there's Margaret. Hello, nice show. There you go, ditto. Nice show.
Saw it before? Who's the fourth one?
It was enjoyable.
Great. They're all down there. Something, aren't they?
I practice
Did you have fun?
Oh, sure.
Take a selfie?
Oh, pizzelles.
You think I made these things? I did not.
We knew you did
No,
it.
I would never lie about such a thing.
We knew you did
Peanut
it.
butter, but not shells. There's nothing Italian in this bun. Yeah. Yeah, very good.
Thank you.
Yes, they do, I'm sorry. Yes, he does. Thank you. Yeah.
See the girl there? She's John Calvin's physical therapist. You know John? Yeah. He's talking to her now. She does his physical therapy.
That was fun. That was so fun. Merry Christmas. Your wife is something else. She is.
Good job. Good job.
You cleaned up pretty good. Oh, thanks for having us. That was fun. This is Christine. Very good.
You went the wrong way. I'm Emily. I'm Nick's niece.
Nice to meet you,
Nice to
Emily.
meet you too.
They're wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really great. And you're his niece, so you're also her niece. Barbara's, what is she? Miss Susan?
Yeah, she does.
Yes, she does, Miss Susan.
Reiki. Yeah. Reiki. I don't. She does, but they live right in my grandmother's house, and my grandmother gave us an acre to build, so we're right, in the lots next to each other. I guess, yeah.
I don't think so. She's
Yeah.
too different.
Yeah. No, I think she changes that.
I think she does too. She just said to read it. I practice.
Yeah.
I think she would love to. She's got an organization.
Yeah.
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 Where is this?
Oh, it's in Doylestown Township.
Oh, Heathy,
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
yeah.
Well, have a wonderful Merry
You too,
Christmas
you
and
too,
holiday.
you too.
And great to meet you.
Nice to meet you
Come
too.
again.
Yes, I might.
Good.
Yep.
Okay, great. Oh, sorry
Take care.
then. Okay. I'm
Yes,
going.
you too. You got a Yeti and everything, you're all set.
Oh, yes, I'm ready to go.
That's so cool. Okay.
It's nice talking to you.
Yeah. I'm so, yeah.
Say hello.
I will. Okay.
She's busy over there, you have to go over there and talk to her. Okay, take care, thank you.
Related to her?
Yes. Yep. They're my aunt and uncle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's my dad's brother.
I know her for a long time.
Yeah? Through here?
No, from other places.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we have two. Yeah.
What they do in that stuff.
They're really talented. She's really talented. Yeah. It's nice to see them. Is there a trash can around here?
Yeah, there's one right out there.
Marilyn, I'll be right back. Emily, I know, this is my niece, Emily.
Yeah, we already spoken.
Oh, I'm so happy you
Me
came.
too. I was supposed to meet Heather, but she never came.
Well, you did a hell of a good job.
Well, thank you, Marilyn.
I
used to
appreciate it.
teach Marilyn like aqua aerobics at the wellness center.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow. God, where
for
has she
years.
been?
I know.
I said I knew her a long time.
Yeah, we've known each other a long time.
Now, what is the form of massage?
Well, let me turn this
massage
off.
that you do?
I do shiatsu.
Shiatsu.